Super Bowl is this Sunday.
Yes.
And for the first time in history, a sitting president will be at the game. And it's already setting off controversies. Like after the NFL decided to edit their "End Racism" slogan in the end zone for Sunday's game, now it's going to read "Choose Love." The NFL says it has nothing to do with the new president attending. What do you think of this rewrite?
I think this is a little fishy and shady because what the NFL spokesperson said, that he said the decision was based on sensitivity to recent tragedies, including the terrorist attack in New Orleans, the deadly wildfires in LA, and the fatal air collision near DC. And I think that those are very noble things to honor and discuss, but I don't know how "Choose Love" and "It Takes All of Us" relates to that. So it seems to me like the "End Racism" probably has a lot to do with the fact that the sitting president is there. And I don't know what everyone at this table thinks, but I don't think racism is over. And I think that it is a very noble thing to want to end racism so that we can become a more perfect union.
But I would note, Roger Goodell actually came out and said that he wasn't going to be ending DEI after a lot of major companies in America were saying that they were going to roll back some DEI. Roger Goodell, the chairman of the NFL, said that he I had to double check that. Said that he wouldn't be. So and because of that, I'm not sure that I would be able to assign motive that this is some kind of a change to appease Donald Trump because he's not in the actual action of the policy. I kind of saw it as maybe more all-encompassing of a number of tragedies and hardships that the country's dealing with. It's been a brutal month. Like, think of everything that's happened. I hate to say this, like, I was thinking, oh, yes, it's in New Orleans. It was just a month ago there was this massive terrorist attack. So I'm gonna not jump to the decision there that it may have been to try to appease him. I will say this. I generally don't like hashtag activism because I think that it could become a lazy way to not actually engage in the space. That said, I would question myself on that because I try to wear the hostage pin every day. This isn't freeing the hostages, but it's a little thing that means so much to the community it represents. So on that side, I do understand why people would like to see it there, but hopefully this represents all of those issues.
How long has "End Racism" been in the end zone?
2021.
Since
4 years.
Okay,
Probably after George Floyd.
This speaks more to my lack of watching the actual game and focusing on eating the food, watching the commercials, and the halftime show. But I just learned about this "End Racism" when the topic was brought to me. So I was like, does everyone know about it? I think if you're going to take something that important away, you don't put anything there. If you're saying we're going to take that away, because it creates a false equivalent and minimizes the importance of the original message.
Yeah.
So.
Look, I think given what's going on in this country, anytime we can read the words and say the words "end racism," we should, because right now, as we speak, Latino immigrants are being terrorized and everybody's being treated and seen as if we were criminals and rapists. DEI programs are being rolled back, not just in the federal government, but corporations are taking their lead from Donald Trump, and they are ending those programs. Clubs for LGBTQ, for Latinos, for African Americans in schools like West Point are being taken away. So let's, each of us, take the message of "end racism" and internalize it and channel it, and let us go out there and end racism and fight against racism and speak up against racism.
Now, I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I have a funny feeling that the choose love that they've put in now is a message to all the folks who don't think they're loved, who don't think anybody's paying attention. I think it's because as crazy as the NFL is, sometimes they are very subtle in the stuff that they do. And I think—
Oh, that's a different take.
And I've been thinking about it during the course of the day because why that phrase? Why choose love? You know,
especially when the transgender community is under attack by the
administration. And especially since last year's Super Bowl ran all those horrific ads
Yes.
and all those lies about people, and people believed it.
Yeah.
So maybe this is their way
The subtle messaging of
saying, listen, we might have made a mistake, and it's not them because they're not
Yeah, yeah,
choosing
yeah.
what
The
commercials
advertisers.
you buy the time and you can put anything up there. But maybe that's what it is. I'm gonna
choose positivity.
choose both. I'm gonna choose both.